man. Doing great. Kendrick, what's up, man? How you doing?
Nothing much, feeling good.
Okay, that's good, man. Let's jump into it. Drinking water all day. My stomach been bothering me. But so I want to welcome y'all to another coaching call today. And I asked y'all to send in your questions beforehand because I want to make sure that not only am I a respecter of your time, and so as we grow or not, right? As I always told Charlie, whoever is here is here. Whoever is not. But I want to make sure that we can make sure that you all leave off this call at least a little bit more crystal clear than when you came on the call. So um, I'll start with Charlie so that you can just get a hang of the format, how we kind of do things, Ken. And so, Charlie, first things first, man. What's positive in your life, man?
I remember I told you like a week ago, like I wasn't doing I was doing good in school, but I was probably should have done better than I
Yep.
wanted to, and I got like my grades back up to the way I wanted to.
Okay, so that's where you got them up to where?
Back to like the A's, like I used to get.
Okay, because at the quarter, I remember it was all A's at one point, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So let's get back there. Try to maintain that. Um, what are you most grateful for today?
Uh, just my family and my friends.
Okay, yeah. Um, family good from what we kind of talked about last time.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, okay. And you doing good
Yeah,
with
I'm good.
that? You
Yeah.
good? Okay, okay. Um, all right. So how can I serve you today? Um, I know you were asking about school, so give me a question again, and so that everybody on the call or somebody hear it on the replay, they'll understand what we talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, like I was talking to like my mom and dad and everything about like high school and everything like that, like basketball, and basically like I'm trying to decide like whether I should go to like Catholic school, and like get play on the team where like I would make like the team definitely, but like it depends like how long it would take to get to varsity.
Yeah.
Whereas at my public school, like I'd probably make like varsity a lot quicker, and I just get a lot more noticed and all that stuff.
Okay. So the question is what?
I just sort of wanted to talk about that because I was like, I don't know really know what to do, whether I should go to public for basketball or Catholic.
Okay. So here's what we always discuss, always share with all my clients. So when you're picking a school, and you, Charlie, as I told you a few weeks ago, you have it great because you get to experience this twice, right? You get to experience the whole selecting of schools, possible recruitment, all of those things two times. Well, most people just get it once when they leave high school. So here's what I want to say. First things first, you have to understand that you're going to school for education. And above anything, right? So there are several things that several checklists that we check off when we're talking about schools because it's all about finding the right fit, right? Not necessarily public or private if someone has the means to go private, right? That could be Catholic,
Yeah.
Christian, just private, right? if someone has the means to go private, the money, and if it's not an issue, it's the same thing when you're looking at college. So like with Kendrick, it's the same thing. And it is first, do they have what you're looking to achieve or major in at that school? All right. So Kendrick, you want to make sure that you're writing this down.
Okay.
Like the first thing that like you want to make sure that they have your major or they have your field of study. So here in Chicago, Charlie, we have like trade schools also. Like within the high schools, they offer certain trades. And so they leave that high school with the plumbing certificate or with the carpentry certificate, right? So based on what you want to achieve coming out of school, do they fit that criteria? So do they have your major on the college level, on the high school level? What's going to get you the best education? Right?
Yeah.
So watch this. And you probably need to be writing these down too, because it's going to help you make the decision, right? So let me see. No, let me see if I can. No, hold on. Okay, never mind. So the first thing is, do they have your major, or where are you gonna get the best education, not the better education, right? Like we're not looking for like we want to pass up a good shot to get a better shot, but ultimately we want the best shot, right? So we're not looking on what's going to get you the better education, which one is going to get you the best education, right? And so now, based on which one is going to give you the best education, because again, we're playing chess, not checkers, because based on your education, you can also, there are few schools in the country nowadays that offer 100% scholarship. And now I don't want to go all the way around, but Charlie, you understand, Kendrick, you'll get it. A lot of times I go around the corner to get across the street.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't go around the corner with me, you won't really understand what's right in your face. Okay. So you have to figure out which one is going to give you the best education. And since most schools don't give 100% scholarships, all offers aren't equal. They may offer you just a tuition scholarship. They may offer you a tuition waiver. Those are different things. Tuition waivers are reimbursed by the state in which that school is in. So sometimes talking to a school, you can ask, do they have waivers? Because a school is more quick to give you a tuition waiver than a scholarship. Because if I have 10 scholarships, I can give 10 scholarships, but if I got 3 other waivers that the government is going to reimburse me fully for, because that's government money, well, now I got 13 scholarships, quote unquote, and people don't really realize it, right? So what are you getting from it? So you're not going to get 100% scholarship. Tuition, there's tuition, room and board. There's a coach can offer you a scholarship where they only pay you for books. So when people say, man, I got this offer, they like, if you ask them what type of offer, they don't really understand what type of offer. Most schools don't offer full room, board, tuition, books. Like a lot of schools don't offer, only those big Power 5 schools offer full scholarships. Most schools don't. but they combine academic scholarships with athletic scholarships to create your full. So based on where you get the best education, Charlie, now that will give you an edge as you get closer to college, because now you got a better education, so you'll probably get a better test score if needed. If they have a placement test, you'll place better, and the school will admit you, and then the school will give you money to come to the school. And that has nothing to do with the athletic scholarship, as long as they're not giving you a full scholarship. You can stack money on top of money, and the coach will give you this amount, and then the school will give you this amount. So the first thing is where you're going to get the best education. The second thing is, where are you most comfortable? So if you live in a city, like urban area, you may not want to go all the way out to the suburbs to go to school because it may be different. If you live in the suburban area, you may not want to go deep into the city to go to school because it may be different. It may be culture shocks. So first we're looking at education. Next, we're looking at the environment, because there are a lot of schools, high school and college, that's in the hood. You won't never know it until you get there, but it's in the hood, right? It's a lot of other schools that's way out in the wilderness. And so if you're not used to being alone, like if you got to be running around all the time, that may not be the place to go, because it ain't nobody near you. The school is right in the middle of nowhere. So those are the things that you have to understand, right? And then as we talk, Charlie, what's more convenient to home, right? If you know that you only got to take, say, one train to get to the Catholic school that you were admitted to, right? What's going to be the commute back and forth? Because the reason you chose one of the Catholic schools instead of the other one, if I'm not mistaken, because it was more convenient in terms of going back and forth, right? You know what I'm saying? So now, the same way that we talked last time, like get that paper, draw the line down, and write the pros and cons. But first, we look at the education. Second, we're looking at the environment, right? Third, we're looking at the time, convenience, the time. Because, yes, from a high school standpoint, you don't want to have to leave home at 5 a.m. and don't return home to 9 p.m. because it's going to take you an hour and a half to get to school, take you an hour and a half to get home. That's 3 hours out your day. You got class, school, practice, workouts, games, and now you're driving yourself batty because you're fatigued out because of the commute to get back and forth. So, and in college, right? Some people want to go far away from home. Some people don't, right? So from a college standpoint, you have to figure out how many mile radius would you like to be away from home. Some people, it don't care, but some people it matters. And I've had clients to where they say, look, I don't want to be no more than 2 hours away from home. Okay, well, let's figure out maybe that's a 100-mile radius. So now let's draw that radius. But with high school, what's the convenience? And then lastly is the basketball. And here's what I mean by that, Charlie. You've already said that you've attended camp at the Catholic school that you're already admitted to.
Mm-hmm.
So the coach kind of knows you, right? Know of you. The coach may not know you personally, but he know of you because you've been to the camp. So he's familiar with you. Does that mean that like you'll be a favorite or favoritism? No, and I know that you don't think that. But it's one thing for somebody so I had a history teacher that told me this. He said it's better to know of something to not know about it at all. Right? There are some people that know about something, but if you ask them more, they can't really tell you what it is. Like if I asked you all, okay, let's say, who's Wilt Chamberlain? Some people may know, oh yeah, I've heard that name before. Then there's other people that be like, yeah, he played for the Lakers. He scored 100 points in the game before. Used to be the all-time leading scorer. Like used to battle Bill Russell and all of them. But then there are other people that's never heard of Bill Russell. I mean, of Wilt Chamberlain. You kind of want to be at least in the middle. I've heard of it, but I don't necessarily know a lot about it. So the coach has heard of you. That's different from a freshman coming in. Coach ain't never seen him, ain't never heard him. At least he's seen and heard you. Now, I don't know what the situation is with the high school. If you know the coach, if you know the program, if you have friends that's going there. So tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah, I was also gonna ask you, like, since I'm like considering both, like, I've already sort of met with the Catholic school coach. So do you think like I should meet with the public school basketball coach? Like, have
So
them?
so tell me a little bit about the relationship. Like like have you been inside of this school? Have you seen the coach? Do you know the coach? Does he know you? What, like, tell me a little bit.
Not really about the public school. Mostly just about the Catholic school.
Okay, so what do you know about the public school?
I don't really know that much about it. I still have to like go to it and everything and visit it. I've only done that with the Catholic school.
Okay, so why? Why? I mean, the last the last month and a half, if not 2 months, we've been following this plan, and you achieved the goal based on the plan that we was following. Why the audible? Like, why public school? I know it's getting close to graduation. Everybody making decisions where they going, right? Even from a high school standpoint, it's going to be a lot of people stressed out, right? I'm telling you this, Kendrick, right now, just like May 1st, like don't confuse yourself with this whole decision day thing. Like, it's wacky, right? But why, Charlie? Like, why public school? Why now? Like, we ain't been talking about this for like a month and a half. Why? What's going on with public school? Why is this even a thought?
I just really want to increase like just the chances of like playing college and after that and just being noticed and like because like the Catholic schools are like really big and everything like that, and I feel like I would just be like people would know about me more and I'd get noticed if I was at the public school. I'd stand out more.
So you saying that the Catholic school is more known?
Oh no, I was saying that I would get more noticed if I went to the public school.
Why? How do you know that?
Just based on the competition, based like the of each different schools.
Okay, so now me and you got a different relationship, Charlie. So what it sounds like to me, and you help me out. So you're saying that you'll get more notice at the public school because
It was like my town's like they're good at basketball, but like they're just like I'm trying to think.
the competition not that good at the public school as it is in Catholic school. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay. So I mean, I just wanted to see was I gonna say it or was you gonna say it? So you're second guessing yourself of if you will be able to play at the Catholic League level.
Just like time wise, basically, because I feel like because I really want to like the level of competition, like not. If I went to the like Catholic school, I don't know if I'd be making like the freshman or the JV or the varsity team.
Okay.
So, and I feel like if I went to the public school, I'd make the higher level instead of like the freshman team.
Okay. do you know what happened to people that get things very, very fast?
No.
They don't appreciate them. And they often lose them. And I don't think that you're that type of guy. But what I'm saying is I'm a stairs type of guy. Maybe because I was always kind of the chubby guy. So I never could take the elevator, right? But I was always the stairs type of guy. I always had to do the hard thing, right? Matter of fact, let me right on cue. Let me show you, and I'm gonna drop this link to a class that I did earlier today, and I want to share it with y'all, and I'm gonna drop the link, but I just want to show y'all this real quick. Let me share my screen because this goes right into what we're talking about. And I ain't getting on you, Charlie. I just want you to understand something for a minute. So can y'all see my screen?
Yeah.
All right. So this says his coach challenged him to be the best leader he can be. The young man said that it took him way out of his comfort zone and it was crazy. He then began to get filled up with emotion. The reporter then asked Mr. Davis one question. What do you think about that challenge? His response was priceless. Tearing up as he bent to grab his shorts, he said, putting in the work. The next question was even better. What makes you tear up? And he said, this team was struggling and we figured it out at the right time. Known as a defensive specialist, his experience was needed in another role, a role that everyone wants but few achieve. He needed to be a leader, not just a scorer. That's tougher than most folks think. A leader is the head and the tail if needed.
Mm-hmm.
That brings about a lot of pressure. More importantly, it brings responsibility. He said that it was hard. The work needed to develop was hard. Lots of athletes want to shine. Few really want to put in the work. A message to my basketball players out there. The work may take long and it may be grueling. It's also the ultimate shortcut to success.
What do you think of that challenge?
I don't know. Put in a lot of work. It's crazy. I don't know. It's crazy. I feel good. I'm glad we came out good.
What makes you tear up? What are you thinking about?
Just put in the work. This team is struggling. And we figured it out. And I'm glad we did at the right time. And I'm going to continue to do it.
You earned it. You enjoy every second.
Now, the work is hard. The work is challenging. The work is grueling. The work is redundant because it's the same thing over and over and over and over again. The work is boring because you're doing the same thing again and again and again and again and again to create mastery. That dude was crying because he was on the team because he was a defensive specialist. And the coach needed him to be a leader, not just scoring. On the biggest stage, he had 4 points in the first half. And the coach challenged him at halftime to step up and be a senior. And he scored 21 in the second half. And Arkansas is going to the Sweet 16. And he bent down after the game when he thought about all the work that he put in when what nobody looking. Oh, yeah, you scored 21 points in the tournament. Yup. Oh, yeah, you like 21 in the second half, 25 in the game. Oh, you cold. He liked the work. Didn't nobody see the work? So I'm saying that to say this, Charlie. If you put in the work, it don't matter where you go. You're always going to be valuable based on the work that you put in. Now, are you putting in work on things that don't matter? Are you putting in work on just your weaknesses or your limitations? Or are you putting in work on your strengths? Like, it's a difference. But I understand what you're saying, because even here in Chicago, I was just talking to somebody last Thursday at my job. It's a guy that played in the Catholic League, the Chicago Catholic League, and we were talking about it. People take the Catholic League in Chicago for granted, but it's probably one of the toughest conferences in the state of Illinois. Chicago Catholic League. Like, Catholic basketball is tough. It's rivals. They hollering, they screaming, they chanting, they got fan sections. It can be treacherous. It can be overwhelming. And so they go out and they get people that can play because they have like pride in their school. But I'm telling you that if you, like, again, the coach knows about you. That's not going to say, okay, I'm gonna just put you on the team to put you on the team. But a coach knows about you. That gives you an edge over somebody that they don't even know. That if y'all are the same level from putting in the same amount of work, that gives you an edge because the coach knows about you, don't know about this person. Now, if you go to the public school, it can be the other way around. Even though the talent may not be that good, but who doesn't really want to play against the best talent? I mean, that's just me. Like, who doesn't want to play against the best talent? That's why you, like, the people that don't put in the work, they don't want to play against the best talent because they know that they haven't really worked, so they'll get exposed. But if you put in the work, right, you'll play at the level in which you play in. So again, I had to take the stairs. Even the first game in high school, I was on the freshman B team. My very first game in high school, I was on the freshman B team. And I got 15 assists that game. I broke the school record for assists in a freshman game with 15. Actually, I think the school record was like 18, varsity record. And as I'm walking off the court on the freshman B team, the coach said, the A team coach said, tomorrow you practicing with us. And he moved me up to the A team. It took one game. Like, I wasn't necessarily tripping when they put me on the B team, and I knew I should have been starting on the A team. I said, I'm about to make everybody pay that's in front of me tonight. So, yes, go meet with the coach. Yes, because now what that does is now at least the coach knows about you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, now the coach knows who Charlie Saunders is, right? He'll remember your face. But yeah, I mean, and on going to meet him, I'm not sure if you can take a tour to school and then just meet the coach. Like, I don't know how y'all do it. You know,
Yeah, I think do both.
Okay, yeah. So if y'all can do a tour of the school, you know, and everything. But let me say this too, like, I'm not sure if your friends are gonna go there, but don't always run behind your friends. And my dad told me this. He said, because you may be rushing to go somewhere with your friend, and then you and your friend competing for playing time. So, you know, those are things that, you know, also that you have to worry about or think about. Not worry about, but think about. But like I said again, Charlie, all the things that we talked about, same the last time. Draw a line down the middle of that paper and write all the pros to both schools. Write all the pros from going to both schools. What are the good things from going to both schools? And then on the backside, draw a line down the paper and write down what are the cons for going to both schools. And then whichever one outweighs the other, that's your answer. Does that make sense? But education, environment, right? Education,
Convenient,
environment, convenience,
comfortable.
right? And then right, convenient, comfortable, and then basketball. Because and part of basketball is, will the coach care about you as a person? Right? Now you may be worried about playing, say, varsity your freshman year or sophomore year at the Catholic school, but you go to the public school, and if the coach only looks at you as a basketball player and don't really care about you as a person, that's not a good fit anyway, right? Like that, like we're looking for a good fit. And based on those criteria that I gave you, all those things have to fit you. And then you knowing, right, what type of player you are. We kind of went through your assessment, and you kind of know, like, if you like being hollered at, screamed at, like what type of coach you like to play for. Those things matter too. And so if the public league coach is that type of coach, but you like, but I can play here. But if that coach is not going to help you be the best you can be, because they only care about you as a basketball player, then you're not going to like be seen anyway. And then finally, let me say this, Charlie, and Kendrick, I want you to understand this too. Get out y'all head that you have to be a certain place for people to recognize you. Get that out your head. If you're good, they will find you. Is it strategies to put yourself in front of people? Absolutely. Absolutely. But the biggest strategy is to destroy everybody that comes in front of you. Because the best promotion is from other people. Ooh, man, you seen that kid, Charlie Saunders, that played such and such? Like, man, I went to go see them, man. I ain't never heard of that kid, but he lighting them up. That's free promotion. Man, you seen that left-hand guy, Kendrick, man, I don't know where that dude came from, where he been. It's promotion. Let other people help you market yourself. How would they help you market yourself? By you making them remember your name every time you step on the court. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So does that help, Charlie?
Definitely.
Okay. Anything else?
No, that was it.
Okay. All right. Okay, cool. So Kendrick, how you doing today, my brother?
Good.
All right, so same way, man. What's positive in your life today?
Just being I guess just being up and going out, having a chance to go out and stuff like that.
Okay. All right. What are you most grateful for?
My mom.
Okay. I like it. I love it. All right, man. So how can I serve you today? Same way, I know you dropped the questions, but tell me again so Charlie can understand what's going on too.
I had a question about the 21-day challenge and what else? Stuff on like worthiness. Do you have any any advice on that? And also the transfer pool. They have like a lot of kids transferring and stuff like that. What does that do for us? So like, does that give us like room to join the team or stuff like that?
Okay, so we got transfer portal. 21-day challenge, and what else?
Worthiness.
Okay. All right, let me ask you this question first. Did me helping Charlie, did that help you any? Did you get any aha moments from that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. and that's the beauty about having multiple people on these calls. And so Charlie should get the same thing from you as well. So so the 21-day challenge. So I'm gonna go here because you definitely skipped over it. And I'm gonna show you that you skipped over it. No. Entire screen. Boom. All right. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right. So when you come to the client portal, right? When you come in and the pre-onboarding call. So when you go here, and I stop it right here at it's exactly at 20 minutes. But let me
I'm just gonna go get water real quick if that's all right.
Okay, go ahead, Charlie.
I can't hear it.
You can't hear it, Kendrick? Hello?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. So hold on. Let me All right. So just follow along with these captions, okay?
Okay.
All right. So it says, what do you need to do So it starts at 20 minutes, Kendrick, and it's going to go for about 10 or 15 minutes. And I break down everything and so as you're answering the question, and Charlie, I think that you did this. I'm not sure if you did. If not, then you definitely should. But those questions, right? So 3 things that you need to do personally to help get you closer to your goals, right? And we kind of talked about this on our discovery call, Kendrick, right? If it's emailing coaches, right? Just like what are things that you need to do that's going to push the envelope and get you closer to your goals every day. So remember when I said the work, it's doing the same thing, right? Kobe Bryant said he went in the gym, he would go in the gym and he would shoot the same shot for 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
But he said daily, every day, he had to make 1,000 shots. He said every day he had to make 1,000 shots. And he said the 1,000 shots were going to be from the same spots every day. And he said those spots, y'all have seen me hit game winners from each and every one of those spots because he's in the gym doing the same drill every day. Every day. Most people don't want to do that because it's boring. And I want to try this new thing that I saw. Now, I ain't saying don't mix your workout up, but it's the same thing. If you work out, you need to probably work out every day.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If you're studying film, you probably need to study film consistently, right? But it's the same things over and over and over and over and over again, right? Think about when y'all get up and you go to the bathroom and you use the bathroom and then whatever, brush your teeth, take a shot, whatever you may do, but you've been doing the same thing since you first learned how to brush your teeth. It's this until you've mastered it now. You can probably walk to the bathroom, brush your teeth, still sleepy, put some toothbrush, because y'all mastered it. It's the same thing with basketball. So the 21-day challenge, what are three things that you need to do every day that's going to push you closer to your goal? And then it's going to give you I'm going to ask a few more questions. And then at the end, I will hold you accountable. And with those individuals, they had to text me every day by a certain time to let me know that their workout was done. Now, Charlie, we kind of started it before you messed your foot up or your hand when we were talking about the pull-ups and all those things, right? And the summer prior to Hoops Mastery, when we kind of worked on your own workout plan and you was doing it every day in the summer, it's the same thing, right? So Kendrick, so it starts like at 20 minutes. So maybe watch, like, I would probably watch the whole thing over again, but that 21-day challenge is in there. And as I'm asking those questions, have your pen and paper there so that you can write down those things. And feel free, stop it at any time. Stop the video so that you can write down what need to get wrote down, right? Go back and rewind it, whatever you need to do. But after you create your 21-day plan, then I need you to send me a copy of it. And then I need you to let me know, and we'll talk about it once you send it to me. And then we'll come up with a time in which I'm gonna hold you accountable, in which your three things, and right, those things have to be done by a certain time every day. And we do that for the first 21 days. And generally by the 21st day, now it becomes more of a habit. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. So now, worthiness. Help me understand, what do you mean by that?
Sometimes I will go for like the thing, I guess you could kind of say like shorthand. So this is like more of a life thing instead of basketball, but it kind of can tie in with basketball like a little bit.
It always ties, brother. It always ties. Everything ties into basketball. Come on.
All right, so one example, I guess today, for example, my mom asked me, "Do you want to go get some?" And I was like, "Nah, I can just go home and cook something at home." And she was like, "Why do that? Why you can just get this?" And it's like, it's hot, good, and this and that. Why I go for the other food, which is what my grandmother cooked, and that one is good, but it's not as good as the other one, as the other food. So now I always kind of like shorthand myself with things and stuff like that.
Okay. Have you went back and looked at your assessment since we had our call?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How often are you looking at it?
Like every other day.
How often did I recommend you to look at it?
Every day.
Habits. We're creating habits. And it's gonna be some bumps in the road. But the habits, that's part of the work, right? That's the, like, over and over and over and over again, habits. I wanted you to look at your assessment every day. I want you to look at it every day. And I said, look at a different part, because that's going to help you become more aware of why you may choose to behave or communicate the way in which you behave or communicate, right? And so if it talks to you about ways that you can stay motivated, right? Areas of improvement, all of those things are just to help you become more aware. So once you see these things, you can say, hey, I need to not act like that. And at least you're asking a question about it, because most people don't even know it's happening. One, other people know it's happening, but they're afraid to ask somebody something because they don't want people to think that something is wrong with them.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Right. So now, let me share this with you. And Charlie, I don't know if I can send you yours if you don't have it still, but you should. But let me show you this, right? And again, right, this assessment is all positive, right? So if we're looking here, right, can you see this?
Yes, sir.
This says that your strength, right? You're air traffic controller, right? I believe Charlie is too, right? We kind of attract what we are, and so I am too. But this says that you're very analytical. So that means that you look into things a whole lot, right? And you're very diplomatic. Now, I'm gonna walk you through this because I really want you to get clarity. All right. So the word diplomatic means using tact and sensitivity in dealing with others, right? Diplomatic, using tact and sensitivity when dealing with others. Skilled in dealing with sensitive matters or people, right? Tactful. Tactful means possessing or exhibiting tact. Considerate, right? So you're very considerate
Mm-hmm.
and can be discreet, but you're also sensitive when you're dealing with others, right? Now, it's nothing wrong with that. That's a strength because a lot of people ain't diplomatic. They ain't about to reason. They ain't about to come to a consensus, agree on anything. But you're also analytical. And bless you, right? Analytical is expert in using analysis, especially in thinking. So this means that your strength is thinking and being mindful when working with people. Now that's a positive. That's a strength. A lot of people can't do that. But that same gift can be a curse. And here's how it can be a curse based on what you just said. Because you're analytical, sometimes you look too much into things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now paralysis by analysis, and now you lose your shot literally and figuratively. Maybe you waiting all day to shoot the ball, right? We talked about that. How my hand look like, right? Analytical. Well, your gift is also a curse,
Yeah.
right? And now you're diplomatic. So now you're trying to, some people may think you're making excuses, but you're trying to reason so that everything is straight.
Yeah.
But now when you're in your adaptive, now you go from analytical and diplomatic to now you go to cautious and very systematic. So now let me break down what you just said. Your mama asked you if you wanted to go get something to eat.
Mm-hmm.
You said, no, I'm gonna just wait till I get home.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you being diplomatic, like, no, mama, don't worry about it. I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? No, you ain't gotta do that, thinking that you doing her a favor. You ain't gotta do that.
Yeah.
Right? But you also being analytical because you probably thinking, man, either I could use this money that we about to spend on this food, or we could probably do something else instead of that, right? I was telling my wife the other day, she was asking something. I say, hey, I'm more of a quantity guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like my birthday is Monday, and she was gonna give me some tickets to a game, right? When the Bulls play the Lakers. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, that's cool because I want to see Pat Bev play the Lakers. And I'm like, but if they so much money, we ain't gotta go. I can watch it on TV because we could take that money and do 2-3 more other things. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right? I'm being analytical and I'm thinking way, and she like, dude, do you want to go to the game for your birthday? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm thinking way out the box. But I'm also thinking, man, I might not want her to spend all this money, right? So you may be thinking the same thing, man. I don't really want my mama to spend this money. Like, we got food at the crib. I can just go to the crib and cook,
Yeah.
right? But now, and you're adaptive when you know that you're being watched, challenged, or looked at. Now you're analytical
Mm-hmm.
and spiked. Now you kind of cautious, right? You thinking about that shot, but now you like, I don't want to shoot it because what if I miss? So now, right? So now you went from moving slow to almost not moving at all. So now instead of mama, no, we could just go to the crib, and you may be thinking, man, it's a lot more we can do with this money or this time. Now you really being cautious. Now you thinking about stuff that ain't got nothing to do with you. Maybe like, man, I wonder if my mama can this, or man, I wonder if, like, now you being real cautious.
Mm-hmm.
Now you moving a little bit slower. And then systematically, right? Now you're real systematic. So now you want to follow the steps, right? Now you might be thinking, that ain't nobody's birthday. It ain't a holiday, mama. Why we going to get something to eat, right? Like normally, maybe it might have to be special reason. Maybe I did something good, right? Maybe we celebrating something, maybe we just feeling good. Maybe the weather nice. But now you're analytical, trying to figure out the system to follow.
Mm-hmm.
But your strength is you're a person who, and see, it goes from being organized to diplomatic, to analytical, to cautious, to systematic, and perfectionist. Perfectionists don't move because it's got to be 1,000% perfect. So your gift can also be a curse. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Right. But now when I say that you need to go here and look, right, things that you can do for motivation. Read 1 or 2 of these things a day, right? What can you do for self-care, right? Freedom, flexibility, quick wins rather than long drawn out process. A quick win could be, man, I'm going to get something to eat with my mama. That's a quick win for the day. Opportunities for growth, right? Let's see. I bet I find it where it say, don't try to do it all yourself. Find ways of interacting with others and expressing yourself. Like, look at a couple of these a day. That's all I'm saying. It's going to tremendously help you, because guess what? It's the same thing when you get to the court, right?
Yes, sir.
Everybody wants a player that's diplomatic. All right, man, I'm going to pass this person the ball. I'm going to pass this person the ball, right? Charlie is a point guard. I'm a point guard. Have you ever seen a point guard overpass the ball?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen that happen, Charlie?
Mm-hmm.
You know why point guards overpass the ball? Because they like helping people so much, but they have a problem receiving, right? This can probably help you, Charlie, 1,000%. Most givers feel guilty getting. Most givers, they feel guilty getting. So when somebody offer them something, they be like, "No, I'm all right. No, I'm straight." No, they don't want nobody to give them nothing, not because they don't want nothing from nobody. They don't know how to put their hands out without feeling like they shouldn't be doing it. So when you talk about worthiness, if somebody offers you something, they have already determined that you are worthy. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
You can't really determine your worthiness. Because if you ever bought something for somebody or done something from somebody and they ain't really appreciate it because that probably ain't what they wanted,
Mm-hmm.
you're not worthy to them, right? Worthy is kind of just like almost like valuable, but you don't determine your worthiness. All right, worthy. Worthy says worthy, having worth, merit, or value. Now, Charlie is in New Jersey. All right, Charlie is in New Jersey. Charlie's, wait, can y'all see my screen?
No,
Yeah.
sir.
No, I'm not sharing it. Okay, Charlie is in New Jersey. If you can look behind Charlie, Charlie got a picture of his favorite player, Kyrie Irving,
Mm-hmm.
right? Kyrie Irving felt like he wasn't valuable or that his value was unappreciated in New Jersey, right? Whatever reason, he wanted a trade because he felt like what he was giving was not being appreciated, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so he chose to go somewhere that he felt like they would appreciate him. So where one place, right, it's the same Kyrie Irving. He doing the same moves on both teams. He did it in Boston. He didn't really have all that sauce in Cleveland yet, right? But he did it in Boston. He did it in Jersey. He's doing it in Dallas. It's the same person. But if the people receiving it aren't appreciative, then they're telling you that you're not worthy. But if they're appreciative and appreciative to the point to where they're offering, they think you're worthy because they see your value. You can make, I mean, come on, man. Y'all done play basketball. Have you ever been making shots and somebody come down and they pass the ball the other way? And you like, dude, like I made, you know what I'm saying? Like I made 2 or 3 shots in a row. I like bring me the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they don't think you worthy. So they don't appreciate the value that you're bringing. So therefore, in that case, then you got to find a way to display your value and make them know that Kendrick Caldwell is valuable. If you believe it or not, somebody, it goes back to finding the right fit. Somebody know my value and they think I'm worthy. But this is something that's going to take some inner work, right? Like well beyond me.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that you understand that it can take place and that it's happening in your life. And I think you mentioned the other day about just being able to take constructive criticism, right? Remember I said that we think about those negative thoughts 80% of the day,
Mm-hmm.
right? Those same, whatever story you're telling yourself is because somebody made you feel like you weren't worthy, but you just weren't worthy to them. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Right? If it's the coaches that played you, whatever that may be, right? Some of the trials and tribulations that you've been through in your basketball career or school career, right? People wanting to quit or what, like those are things that weigh on us internally. And as humans, we start to think, man, what about me? Like, why me? But because you're an air traffic controller, right? And we create systems, you're trying to crack the code of why people don't think you worthy.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't your code to crack. Because you can stand next to 10 people and every other person will think you worthy. But that don't mean that Kendrick walk away like, man, I'm 50%. Hell no, guess what? I'm 100%. Because guess what? The ones that thought I was worthy, they the ones that won.
Mm-hmm.
They the ones that won. So if somebody is telling you something, there are going to be some times, and Charlie can tell you, there are going to be some times where you're going to get on this call and kind of like Charlie this afternoon, right? Or this evening. You're going to get on the call and it's not going to be, it's going to be some time you're going to get on this call and I'm going to be leaning and pushing you up against a wall, like pushing your back against the wall, giving you a little pressure and a little resistance to see how you respond and to help you think through it a little bit better. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Right? Like, I ain't gonna tell you everything that you want to hear. I'm going to challenge you so that you can think outside the box. And part of me challenging you, listen, and I told my students this the other day, and Charlie, this is the same thing with wanting to go to public school, Catholic school, whatever. Scientifically, this is what it says. Now, I'm a spiritual person, so I'll say more so spiritually, but scientifically. There's one egg in the woman, and there are millions of sperm cells. And all of those sperm cells are racing. They're racing to get to that one woman's egg. Over 1 million sperm. They're racing to get to one egg. You, Charlie, and myself, everybody that's on this camera, we're the sperm that won. I want you to think about that. Out of 1 million cells, us three are the ones that won. So if nothing more, you're worthy of being here. Damn what anybody else think about the basketball court, about anything. You're worthy of being here because God thought enough about you to give you enough strength, power, and courage to win and be first. All the elbowing in the lane and the pushing in the paint, you've been through all that just to achieve life. So everything else should be easy, but life is never easy. It gets simple when you understand it, but it never gets easy. But don't ever think that you're not worthy. You're here out of 1 million sperm cells. So you're a winner each and every day. So now, do you think that God made you win so that you can walk around here and think that you're not worthy?
No, sir.
Like, do you think that God made you win, Charlie, so that you can second guess yourself if you have what it takes to play anywhere?
No.
It's just a perspective shift. It's just a mind shift. You're worthy because you're here. So whenever you start with the confident thing, man, I don't know, and we all go through it. We all go through it. Especially like our personality types, we go through it because we're kind of thinking for everybody. If they want us to think for them or not. That can be good because certain people just go. And we're great to be like, hold on, man. Like, this is the play. Like, this is what we need to do. If we run the play, we're going to be successful. We can't just go down court and just try to score. So if we run the play, we'll be cool. But now if we run the play, we got to know that the play gonna work. We can't be thinking about is the play gonna work while we running the play. We ran the play because we knew in our head already it was gonna work. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So we ran the play, Charlie, right? We're gonna run another play. We're gonna run the same play just at another location. And then we're gonna see which one fits better. Kendrick, we're gonna run the play. We made a plan. You're here. And now we're gonna run these plays. And it starts with that like 21-day program. So I will watch that tonight or first thing in the morning so that you can get started.
Okay.
Because we got work to do. But if you think that you're not worthy, what energy you think you're gonna put out there? And then when you get on the phone call, what energy you think you're gonna put out there? When
Negative.
you was on negative.
Mm-hmm.
When you was on the phone with your mama, Charlie, when you were on the phone with your mom and your dad, if they didn't think that I believed that I could help y'all wouldn't be here. If I would have been like, man, I don't know if I'm worthy to like coach like your kid, it would have been like, well, why am I even talking to you? Yes, I'm worthy. Yes, I'm good. Yes, I put in the work. So yes, I'm confident. Now I may not feel the same way if I'm changing some oil, but if I had somebody to help me and if I had a plan to do it, can I do it? Yes, because I'm here. It's nothing that I can do because I already did the impossible. 1,000,001 odds. You'll catch the lottery before you be born again in that same race with them same sperm cells. So Kendrick, every Monday, when you send me your goals, I want you to send me 2 goals every Monday. And I want you to send me 2 things from your assessment that you're gonna focus on that week. So we're gonna slow down a little bit to speed up, right? Still hitting the ground running, but tomorrow morning, right? I want you to go look in your assessment and I want you to find one thing that you're gonna focus on until Sunday. One thing from your assessment that you're gonna focus on every day until Sunday. And then Monday, you're gonna send me your 2 goals for the week, and then you're gonna send me 2 things that you're gonna focus on for the week.
2 things.
Yeah. So it'll be 2 things starting Monday, but tomorrow I need you to send me one thing from your assessment. One thing from your assessment. And so that again can be something like here, right? You may be like, okay, opportunities for growth. I'm gonna set aside time alone for some quiet reflection. So that means every day until Monday, or say next week, every day of the week, you're gonna set some time aside for you to quietly reflect on your day.
Okay.
All right. And then the last thing, transfer portal. I'm going to share it with you, but I have a video that I put out that I think will help you much better. And so here's the thing with the transfer portal. Yes, BS trickles downhill. Absolutely. However, most people in the transfer portal are transferring from one level to the next. So most people are transferring from Division I to Division I.
Mm-hmm.
Other people are transferring, say maybe from Division II, trying to go Division II or trying to go Division I. So I just put in the private chat the link to the class that I'm talking about.
Okay.
And I'll put it in the members area too. I'm gonna put it under the members area under bonus coaching secrets. I'll put that in there as well. So again, coaching, I mean transfer portal. It's not really affecting high school kids because those high school kids that are going to those Division Ones, they're still going Division One. Like they are still freshmen that are impact players that coaches still want. So the transfer portal aren't hurting. It isn't hurting them. Now the transfer portal can. So let's say that a Division One that a coach wants a Division One athlete. Let's say that now the transfer portal comes in, right? Now they say, hey, we can get this dude out the portal. It's better than this kid that we was gonna get from wherever we was gonna get him from, right? So now the kid that was supposed to go D1, they may not have a D1 offer anymore. So that pushes that kid possibly down to D2. Now that kid that was supposed to get a D2 offer, the kid coming from D1 that was pushed to D2, that kid pushes the D2 kid down somewhere along the line, right? Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now that D2 kid that was supposed to go D2, but something happened. So the D1 kid went D2. Now the D2 kid may have to go Division 3 or NAIA. And now that kid that was supposed to go NAIA or Division 3, they may get pushed down to junior college. And now some people may say, well, don't that affect my high school athlete? Even still, now they just trickling down to JUCO. Well, with junior college, the people that want to play junior college will play junior college. Most people won't play college basketball because they don't want to put in the work. It goes back to what I said, saying from the beginning. Not only work on the court, but work in the classroom. And with your question, which I totally appreciate, but you asked the question to work on yourself, right? Because if Kendrick Caldwell was the person he needed to be at the school that he needed to be at, he would already be there, right? But you have to develop into, right? Like my website is Be the Right Recruit. You got to develop into the right person to get the thing that you want, right? Charlie want to go, right, no matter where he goes, but he has to be the right person to achieve the thing that he needs to achieve, right? And we talking character, integrity, physical skills, mental skill, like social skills, emotional skills, all of those things. So most people won't play college basketball because they won't put in the work. And they don't understand what's necessary to sustain at that level. So most want to play, but they're going to wind up getting kicked off or wind up not making it because they don't want to do what's necessary. But the people that do what's necessary, it's enough small schools out here that I really believe the people that are serious, that 5% that's serious, that want to go from high school college to high school ball to playing college basketball, I think that 5% will really play. Most stop playing because they're not serious and they don't want to deal with the grueling things that come with it. So is the transfer portal affecting you? Absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not. Most people think it is because they just listening to people who don't know what they're talking about, right? As a former college head coach, transferring ain't just started. Every year as a college head coach, I had at least 2 or 3 transfers on my team because I needed experience, right?
Yeah.
And that was even at the junior college level. I would bring in guys from high school, but I needed to go get some transfer sophomores because we was looking to win. And now my freshmen they'll be sophomores the next year, so they got experience, and we start the process all over again. But I need at least 2 or 3 transfers because I'm not going to have a young team. So transferring has been going on since the beginning of time. People are just hooping and hollering about the transfer portal now because more people are talking about it. And it used to be you had to sit out for a year, but now people can go and play right away. But also with the transfer portal, Charlie can't go from one school to another school, play right away, and then he want to go to another school. Like now he got to sit out. So you only get to transfer one time and play right away. So the people that get into the transfer portal, some of them go to a school that still don't work out. Now they got to sit out. But there are a lot of people that go into the transfer portal that never come out. They never come out. So their basketball career stops, ends. So they go from playing for a school and they not satisfied, thinking that they're not worthy. They don't want to put in the work. They don't want the challenge. And they say, man, I'm going to go somewhere else. And their basketball career is over. Because no coach ever picks them out the portal. So I wouldn't worry about the portal.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Anything else?
You mentioned JUCOs and NAIA. I have a coach from a D3 school and one coach from a NAIA school and a JUCO school hit me up. I'm thinking about the D3 school, but the cost with that one is, well, the cost, that's the issue with that one a little bit. So we have to see what I could do for that. So I was thinking about going to the JUCO maybe first and get a education tuition or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But do you think the NAIA school would be better if I go there instead of the JUCO, or go to the JUCO and do it like that?
So that's a great question. We won't know until we look at our identifiers. What I told Charlie earlier in the call.
Okay.
Right. So like, it don't matter the level. Do the identifiers match you?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Do they have your major? What you think you're majoring in? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Environment. Right? All the rest of those things. Convenience. Right? Culture. All of those things. Then basketball. But it can work out, right? You can go from a JUCO to NAI. You go from a JUCO to a D2, JUCO to a D1, right? You can go to the NAI. You can have a great career. Those are older guys. But you can also go to the Division III, and even though it's a cost, but if they really want you, they'll find a way. But more importantly, if your grades are the way that they are, now, like I told Charlie, now you can stack that money, and you can get some academic scholarships,
Okay.
or private scholarships, right? So all 3 is still an option. That's why I said, like, it ain't too late. It's still an option. But I would send me the names of those schools, and so I can just kind of look, and if I know anything about them, I can kind of give you a little information to kind of help you along that process. All right. Okay. That's what we're here for. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Your first call. Was it helpful?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. All right. Anything for me, Charlie, before we get out of here?
No.
All right. Kendrick, nothing?
No, sir.
All right, y'all. If you need me, you know how to get in contact with me. And y'all know what needs to be done. Charlie, you got your assignment. Kendrick, you got your assignment. And just touch back in with me throughout the week and let me know how it's going.
Right.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Thank you.
All right. Yep.